moving on. Moving on to Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair facing off, which was very intriguing to me. Charlotte Flair came out on the Grayson Waller Effect-ish new show, and I don't know why he's not wrestling. They keeping me in this. They're keeping him in this Miz role, and I'm like, he needs to be wrestling because he's actually good in the ring. But Charlotte Flair comes out, Bianca Belair comes out, and they kind of face off against each other. Really a good promo, probably the best promo from Bianca I've heard in quite a bit of time. Like, I haven't heard of promos since probably like NXT days or early Raw days, SmackDown, like early Bianca Belair. Like, this was a good one, her going standing toe to toe against Charlotte Flair, basically essentially saying I didn't have to lose the title 14 times to prove that I was a champion. Like, she had a dominant reign. She was the longest reigning Raw champion. Like, she's standing on that. What do you guys think about that actual confrontation and her saying basically that she's going to be on the commentary basically against in Asuka versus Charlotte for the WWE Women's Championship, if I'm correct? Yes. She's going to be on the sidelines for that, watching that match closely. So that adds a nice little wrinkle to that. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, you're definitely seeing signs of a Bianca heel turn that's coming. There it is definitely coming. You know, like Daniel said, the promo by Bianca was just cut beautifully. I mean, you see the promos that she's cut in the past, okay, and then you compare it to this one, you definitely see that, like, when she's more serious with it, you know, you definitely see a difference, you know, in her tone and such. And when I see Charlotte now, I mean, I don't. Is she a face? Is she a heel? I think she's a tweener now at this point. She's always going to be. I mean, she's always been a better heel. I don't think they should ever book her as a babyface ever again, because with the multiple title reigns and the fact that everyone thinks, oh, it's because of her dad and all this stuff. There's already so much jealousy towards her anyway, even though she does back it up. And the little fans that she does, and the fans that she does have it's because of that, because she's good in the ring. But she's a natural heel. So if Bianca is heading in that heel direction and Charlotte is a tweener or a babyface, then that's going to actually be very interesting. I mean, I've always felt that this matchup should be a WrestleMania match, the first one. But doesn't look like that's going to happen. Probably doesn't happen. I mean, if they push it enough, maybe, but probably not.
Would Charlotte main event again at WrestleMania?
I mean, if it's Bianca, then yeah. But if it's anybody else at this point, no. But if it's Bianca, I'll get with that. But as far as his face-off goes, it didn't disappoint. Daniel, you had said about Grayson Waller that you feel like he should be wrestling now. I think they're actually saving his in-ring debut probably for SummerSlam. That's probably what they're going to do. Eventually, he's going to get a guest on the show, and it's going to get physical until the point where they're going to have a match at SummerSlam. Probably, yeah. I'd love for it to be AJ Styles because they had a good match on NXT.
Yeah, they did.
And they already have a built-in story from that. So when AJ is done with carrying Cross,
I don't know where they're going with that.
No, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
He's another one that's just lost in the shuffle.
I mean, they're trying.
I mean, they already took away Asuka's misc with the dust, Scarlett's dust, like, which I still don't like. But yeah,
she's a witch.
She's apparently a witch. They got the win over AJ Styles and Mia Yim on SmackDown in a weird match that they're trying to build this feud between AJ Styles and Karrion Kross, and I'm like, Karrion Kross should be a dominant heel, building his way up. I know the bloodline storyline's in the way, but there's no reason why Karrion Kross should not be causing havoc legitimately on SmackDown against all these guys here. And I'm just like, why isn't he doing that consistently? Like, this guy was a monster in NXT, and then he gets called up and looks like demolition, loses to Jeff Hardy, and it's just been false start,
Yeah.
over and over again. And it's like, why does this keep happening to this guy? Wow.
Yeah, he should be racking up wins right now. It's like
Easily.
stop trying to shove him into like random ass feuds. Like the other thing with Shinsuke. Now it's like I don't even remember who else he attacked, and it was just
I don't
like
mind if he's in random feuds as long as he's winning. As long as he's winning.
That too.
Like, that's the issue there. Yeah, we'll figure out what they're doing with that. Hopefully it continues to build. We'll see what element Scarlett continues to play in that feud. Pretty Diddley wins a number 1 contenders match for the
Deadly.
Diddley, pretty Diddley. What is it?
Deadly.
Deadly.
Pretty deadly.
What did I say?
Deadly.
Deadly?
Yeah,
whatever, man. Y'all ain't killing me. PD. All right, there we go. PD.
What do you think is Diddley squat?
PD earned number 1 contender match after going through the gauntlet match, setting up Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at some point. I don't remember what time they're supposed to face each other. But for those guys to get called up from NXT and have this type of showing so fast means that they're actually investing in them. So we'll see what that leads off to the tag team title match at some point. Santos Escobar beating LA Knight, which was shocking because especially after we saw what happened on Monday night, which we'll get to at some point. That was shocking, but as a way to make Santos Escobar look strong in that type of matchup heading into Money in the Bank, as well as we saw the pairing of Io Shirai and Bayley. Bayley costing Io Shirai her match. I forgot who it was against.
Wasn't it Raquel? No.
Shotzi,
yeah.
Yeah, Shotzi. And then Shotzi basically challenging Bayley for her Money in the Bank spot match, which Io Shirai accepted on her behalf. So apparently we're finally going to get some type of breakup between Damage Control heading into Money in the Bank, and we'll see how that continues to go forward as well. What else happened? I think that was it for SmackDown for the most part there. But we're getting some